National Thank a Teacher Week. So today we're going to answer the question, who were some of the people that inspired us?
As America celebrates National Thank a Teacher Week, I can take this opportunity to thank the many educators that made an impact in my life and who are now making an impact in the life of my 14-year-old middle schooler.
There's so many to list. Coach Hughes, Mrs. Christensen, Mrs. Tapp, Mr. Phillips.
I had a teacher when I was an elementary child in Dothan, Alabama, who noticed that I didn't act the same way as other children. She couldn't quite put her finger on it, she said, but she felt like I had a learning disability. She had to work really hard to convince my parents, and even more so the school, to have me tested for disabilities. Because of her efforts, I can read today. Not only can I read, but I can write books. I did finish high school. In fact, I finished college. To me, that's a pretty powerful contribution to the world around us.
For National Thank a Teacher Week, I would like to thank all the teachers who helped me during my youth, especially my middle school band director, Miss Laura Iovine, and my high school math teacher, Mr. Peter Christensen. Thank you.
Mr. and Mrs. Ryan, Miss Harris.
My elementary school teachers, Mr. Davis, Miss Sparks, my gifted teacher for several years, and the Miller Core Knowledge Magnet Middle School program. It really showed me how to think about education and learning as a broader sense of things, and how to think about knowledge as a way of life. At Central High School, Sergeant Bullard was a great guy that showed me about hard work and effort. It means to just be dedicated to a cause. The teachers in the International Baccalaureate program there at Central as well. I learned a lot about how to prepare for the real world, how to prepare for college. I also want to thank Dr. Steve Smith, who as principal supported my efforts to go around the nation sharing our message of school safety.
Miss Bonilla, Miss Duncan, Mrs. Ennis, Miss Tolsher.
Well, a teacher that really influenced me a lot was Sally O'Bannon. I remember I was in 3rd grade at the time, and she was one of the first teachers who seemed to like science as much as I did and wanted to make it as interesting as I already thought that it was. And she was also the first teacher that told me that she thought I was a scientist.
Mr. Bennett, who taught me to love art, and his wife, Mrs. Bennett.
Thank you for being an educator.
Thank you for being a teacher.